Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. I want to talk a little bit this week about the power of networking. Now, we've all heard the old adage, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And as much as we may not want to admit it, it's absolutely true. So many opportunities, whatever they may be, job opportunities, opportunities for growth, opportunities to participate in something, come from somebody you know who does or says something that basically opens a door for you. And what I find a lot of times in our profession is that a lot of people have their nose down to the grindstone. They're focused on their job, they're focused on their tasks and duties. They're very company centric, meaning they don't focus on anything outside of their companies. And I think it's a little bit of a shame because the reality is it benefits an employee and it benefits an employer if you're involved outside of your company, you're networking with people. The advantages to an employer would be one, you're building network, you're building a subject matter expert base, people you can lean on. You're able to promote the things that you're doing and trying to accomplish across other companies you may work with, contractors, vendors, whoever that may be. So there are many benefits for the employer, and it also helps, I would say, promote their brand, market the fact that in the case of a safety professional, that they're committed to safety, they're building a proactive culture, et cetera. Now, the advantages for an individual such as yourself is that it allows you to network with many like-minded people. It allows you to learn. It gives you a dial a friend network of people you can call when something comes up and you need some help. And really, I mean, the value of that can't be measured. It's so significant. But the reality is even though for the most part, I would say most of us feel like, hey, I like, and I haven't looked at polls lately, but I like my job. I like my company. I like what I do. I have no intention of leaving. Things do change. And it's really important that you build that network because if the time comes where you need a change or you're forced into a change for different circumstances, you have a network of people you can lean on that are going to get you opportunities that might be a great fit for the next chapter of your career. Keep in mind that so many jobs that they may be posted, but the reality is the candidate selected is somebody who's a known commodity or entity or is referred to an employer to hire. So even though you may apply for jobs, you may have a great resume, you may be highly qualified, there's so much of the hiring process that I would call an inside deal, meaning that it's a who you know thing. And I think that that's incredibly important. The other thing is that if you're networking with people, my philosophy, and I don't care what you do, I think safety is probably one of the biggest sales jobs there is because we're trying to feed people something that naturally they may not be interested in, which is slowing down the way they do things to work safely and obviously avoid injuries and accidents. So ultimately, my motto of always be selling, I think is really key in the whole networking piece because when you start talking to people and you're starting to build that network of industry peers, you will stumble upon opportunities for your company to do work with another company, maybe an opportunity for you to perform some work with somebody. And then, on the flip side, and I know I've talked about this before, the opportunity for you to participate in different groups. American Society of Safety Professionals, look up your local chapter. And now so many chapters meet hybrid, virtual, and in person that even if you're not in your hometown, you're out traveling for work or whatnot, you can usually participate virtually. So get involved in a group. And once you kind of get your bearings and you're a member of a group, look at opportunities to participate in the executive committees and the leadership teams within those groups. Again, you're building clout, you're building credibility, you're building network, and there's no drawbacks to that. It's all positive. It's all fantastic stuff. So think a little bit about how much you do or don't network now. Think about the people you know, and at any given time, the people you could call if you needed a favor, if you had a question, whatever it may be. And don't get stuck focus purely on your job and your company. Really look outside at things that you can do to grow that network and always be growing that network. And then I know I've said this 100 times too, look for opportunities to help other people. There's no greater, in my opinion, there's no greater growth opportunity for you than to help other people grow and achieve their goals. So keep those things in mind. Hopefully you find that helpful. We'll see you next Wednesday.